day, everyone. Welcome to the Rock Tutors Learning Made Easy. I'm your mathematics tutor. We have here some likely UTME questions, and the first question that we have here reads: the angle that the line 6x minus 2y plus 1 equals 0 makes with positive x-axis is. In this case, we have to make y the subject of the formula and recall the general expression for the linear equations. To start with, we have 6x minus 2y plus 1 equals to 0. And making y the subject of the formula, we obtain 2y to be 6x plus 1, and y equals 3x plus 1 over 2. And equating this with the general equation of straight line, which is y equals to mx plus c, m in this place equals to 3. This m now is equivalent to tan theta, which is 3, and theta is arctan of 3.0, and that one gives us 71.6 degree. Number 2, simplify n permutation 4 over n combination 4. We understand that n combination 4 is equivalent to n permutation 4 over 4 factorial. In this case, n permutation 4 over n combination 4 will now be n permutation 4 divided by n permutation 4 over 4 factorial. And with that, we have our result as n permutation 4 multiplied by 4 factorial over n permutation 4. N permutation 4 cancels n permutation 4, which is 4 factorial, and that's 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is 24. Convert 16.987 to one significant figure. This question is from approximation of numbers, and the first digit here is 1, and the next digit to that 1 is 6. In this case, we round up this 6 to 1, add it to this, and we have it as 1 plus 1. In the place of 6 here, we have 0, and the result gives us 20. So among the options here, the correct answer is option A. If f of x equals 2x squared plus 1, g of x equals x minus 1, find g of f of x. F of x here gives us 2x squared plus 1, g of x, that's x minus 1. And to obtain g of f of x, that's the same as writing g of 2x squared plus 1. And in that case, we have 2x squared plus 1 minus 1. The result gives us 2x squared, which tells us that the correct option among the options given is option D. Number 5, simplify the square root of 6 whole number 1 over 4 multiplying the cube root of 3 whole number 3 over 8. We discovered that expressing 6 whole number 1 over 4 as an improper fraction gives us the square root of 25 over 4 multiplying the cube root of 27 over 8. The square root of 25 over 4 gives us 5 over 2, multiplying the cube root of 27 over 8, which is 3 over 2, and the result gives 15 over 4. Converting that to a mixed fraction, the result gives us 3 whole number 3 over 4. And among the options there, the correct option is A, which is 3 whole number 3 over 4. Number 6, if the L1 tends to 2x plus my minus 2 equals 0 is perpendicular to equation x minus y plus 5 equals 0, find the value of m. The two equations given here, they are linear expressions or equations, and it is necessary that to make y the subject in each of the equations. Here, in the first equation, my is given as or equals to minus 2x plus 2, which indicates that gradient 1 here is minus 2 over m. And in the second equation, x minus y plus 5 equals 0. Making y the subject, there we have y to be x plus 5. which indicates that the second gradient here is 1. And when two lines are perpendicular, the product of their gradients will be -1, which indicates that G1 multiplying G2 will give us -2 over m multiplied by 1, which is -1. And in this case, the value of m now gives -2 over -1, which is 2. And among the options here, the correct answer is option A, which is 2. Question number 7. A is the set x such that -2 is less than x less than 5. The elements of set A will be -3, will be -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. While the elements of set B will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. To obtain the set of A minus B, note that A minus B is equivalent to A intersection B complement. But looking at this set, we are not given the universal set. But we have to understand that the universal set here is the set of integers. Therefore, we can find the complement of B. And the complement of B here will give us the ellipsis -1, 5. It continues like that. So, intersection of A and B complement now gives us set a singleton -1. And the correct option in question number 7 is option C. We are asked to find the cardinality of A intersection B. The intersection of A and B gives us the set 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the cardinality, being the number of elements in the set, gives us 5. That makes the correct option in that question D, 5. Number 9. We are asked to simplify 8 raised to power n multiplying 2 raised to power n over 4 raised to power 3n. From the law of indices, from the law of indices, 8 raised to power n multiplying 2 raised to power n gives us 16 raised to power n over 4 raised to power 3n. And expressing the two numbers as the power of 2, we have it as 2 raised to power 4n over 2 raised to power 2 into 3n. And that gives us 2 raised to power 4n minus 6n. And the result gives 2 raised to power minus 2n, which makes the correct answer among the options in number 9 to be option A. Number 10. Now, question number 10 is on matrices. A is the matrix 2, 0, 1x. B, matrix 1, 1, 2, 0. And the product of A and B, product AB, gives 2, 2, 7, 1. To obtain the value of x, we can obtain it from the product of the two matrices A and B. And our AB from A gives 2, 0, 1x multiplying 1, 1, 2, 0. And the result of the multiplication gives 2 plus 0, 2 plus 0, 1 plus 2x, 1 plus 0. So, telling us that from this place, the corresponding element to 1 plus 2x is 7. So we can equate 1 plus 2x to 7. Simplify that, we obtain 2x to be 6, which gives us x to be 3, which is option D. Convert 60,200 naira to pound sterling. The exchange rate is 400 naira to 1 pound sterling. In this case, we see that 400 naira is equivalent to 1 pound sterling, and it's equivalent to 1 pound sterling. Then 60,200 naira. Let's make it equivalent to x. So, telling us that the value of x here will be 60,200 over 400. And solving this, we have 150.5 pounds. And the correct option there is option B. If log x plus 1 to the base of 2, x plus 1 squared to the base of 2 equals to log 8 root 2. We are asked to find the value of x. And in this case, we have to recall the law of logarithm, which involves the power. So here we have 2 log x plus 1 base 2 being equals to 1 over 2 log 8 base 2, where root 2 is 2 raised to the power half. And in such a case, we have log x plus 1, 2 log x plus 1 base 2 to be 2 log 8 base 2. And applying the initial expression law of logarithm, that makes x plus 1 to be equal to 8. And from here, we obtain the value of x to be 7, which makes the correct option in that question to be option C. Question number 13. We have sine squared theta being equals 1 over 4. For theta ranging from 0 degree to 360 degree. So from here, sine theta is going to be 1 over 2, plus or minus 1 over 2. But when theta is in the first quadrant, the value of theta will be positive. So in this case, theta is going to be arcsine of 1 over 2, which is 30 degree. So to obtain the value of cos theta will now be cos 30, which is 0.8660, and that gives us 0.87, which makes the correct option in that question to be option B. Given that 1 over 8 raised to the power 2 minus 3y equals 2 raised to the power y plus 2, we want to find the value of y. In this case, if we cross multiply and express 8 as an index number, so we have 2 raised to the power y plus 2 multiplying 2 raised to the power 3 into 2 minus 3y to be 1, which is 2 raised to the power 0. So in such a case, we now add the power, applying the first law of indices, y plus 2 plus 6 minus 9y equals 0. And simplifying this, we obtain 8 to be 8y, and the value of y gives us 1, which makes the correct option in number 14 to be option C. Now, we are asked to find the value of x in number 15, where 3 times square x minus 1 equals to 2. We make 3 times square x the subject, and we obtain the value of 3 times square x to be 3. Dividing both sides by 3, we have times square x to be 1, and times x gives 1. And the value of x from the question ranges from 0 to 270 degrees, which cuts across the first quadrant through to the third quadrant. And obtaining the value of x in the first quadrant, x gives us 45 degrees, and in the third quadrant, x gives us 225 degrees, which is 180 plus 45 degrees. And that makes the option to be option C. Number 16. We want to find the least value of x in the function f of x equals 3x squared plus 18x plus 32. And here, to obtain the least value of x, that is the point whereby the value of y is minimum. So in that case, we differentiate the equation, and df with respect to x, differentiating the function with respect to x, we have 6x plus 18. And at that point, the derivative gives us 0. Simplifying that to obtain the value of x, x equals to 6x equals to minus 18, and x gives us minus 3. And that makes the correct option in number 16 to be option B. Number 17, if 2x squared minus 4x plus 3 equals to 0, find the value of alpha squared plus beta squared minus 2 if alpha and beta are zeros of the quadratic equation. That tells us that alpha and beta are the roots of the quadratic equation. And in such a case, we try to obtain the sum of the roots and the product of the roots, where we have 2x squared minus 4x plus 3 equals 0. Sum of the roots alpha beta gives us minus b over a, which is minus 2, alpha plus beta. And the product, alpha beta equals c over a, which is 3 over 2. So alpha squared plus beta squared minus 2 is expressed as alpha plus beta squared minus 2 alpha beta minus 2. And that gives us minus 2 raised to power 2 minus 2 into 3 over 2 minus 2. 2 cancelling 2 here, the result gives us 4 minus 5, which is minus 1. And the correct option in number 17 is option A. Number 18, a man spent 1 over 4 of his salary on children's school fees and 1 over 6 of the remainder on rent. If he was left with 20,000 naira, how much is the salary? To attempt this problem, we can start or approach the question from the real information given there, whereby 1 over 6 of the remainder of the money on rent, and he has 20,000 naira left. That tells us that if he spent 1 over 6 here, the remaining will be 5 over 6, telling us that 5/6 of the remainder is 20,000 naira. And to obtain x will now give us 24,000 naira. Now, this 24,000 naira is equivalent to 3/4 of the original salary, original salary obtained by the man. So that tells us that 3 over 4 y now equals to 24,000 naira. And to obtain the value of y is going to give us 32,000 naira. And that makes the correct option in number 18 to be option D. Question number 19. The equation of nth term of an AP is 5n plus 1. Find the sum of the first 5 terms. The nth term of the equation is given as 5n plus 1. So the first term here is going to be 6, which is 5 into 1 plus 1. That gives 6. And the common difference here is the coefficient of n here, where d equals to 5. So to obtain the sum of the first 5 times, recall that Sn is given as n over 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. And to obtain the sum of the first 5 times here, we have 5 over 2 into 2 multiplying 6 plus 5 minus 1 into common difference 5. And in such a case, the sum of the first 5 times now gives 5 over 2 into 12 plus 20. That's 5 multiplied by 16, which is 80. And that is option B. Number 20. If x varies directly as the square of y, x equals 2 when y equals 6. You have to take note of something here. Understand that this is an objective question. There is no need showing the details of the solutions. And here, since x varies directly as the square of y, we have to understand that the quotient of the two variables will give us a constant, which means that x varies directly as the square of y implies that x over y squared equals to constant. And we can now apply this to solve the problem such that x being 2, we have x over 6 squared simply equals to x over 10 squared. And here we obtain the value of x to be 2 multiplied by 100 over 36. That's 200 over 36. We have here 4 in 200, that gives us 50 over 9. And that is 5 whole number, 5 over 9. That makes the correct option in number 20 to be A. 21. Find the coordinate of the point on the curve y equals x squared plus 4x minus 2 where the gradient is 0. Y equals x squared plus 4x minus 2. To obtain the gradient here, we'll find the derivative of the equation with respect to x. And the y dx gives us 2x plus 4. And the gradient equals 0 implies that the y dx equals 0. So simplifying this, we obtain the value of x to be minus 2. So that's the point here when the gradient is 0, value of x. And to obtain the value of y, we substitute x minus 2 for x in the equation. So we will have y to be minus 2 raised to power 2 plus 4 into minus 2 minus 2. And the result gives us 4 minus 10, which is minus 6. So the coordinate of the point now, the coordinate x comma y of the point at which the gradient of the equation equals 0 is minus 2 comma minus 6, which makes the correct option in number 21 to be D. 22. If x star y, x operating on y, equals 2x minus 5y plus 2, and y is a member of the set of real numbers, we have to find the identity of 3 in the operation. We have to recall that when we want to find the identity of an element, x operating on its identity must give us the value of x. So in this case, to obtain the identity of 3, we have 3 operating on its identity. E will be 2 into 3 minus 5e plus 2, and the result will give us 3. So that tells us that minus 5e equals to 3 minus 8, where our 8 is being obtained by multiplying 2 by 3, adding it to 2. That gives us 8. So E now will give us minus 5 over minus 5, and E equals to 1, which is option C in the question. Number 23, we are multiplying root 3 minus 2 root 5 by root 3 plus 2 root 5. Looking at this question, we discover that the two terms we are multiplying here are conjugates of each other. So that makes the product easy. And the result gives us root 3 multiplying root 3, which is 3, minus 2 root 5 multiplying 2 root 5, that gives us 20. 3 minus 20 gives minus 17, which is option D in the question. Number 24, evaluate integral 1 to 2 in 2x plus 1 dx. This one is a definite integral. Integrating 2x plus 1, we have it as 2x raised to the power 2 over 2 plus x plus our constant, not forgetting the range. So substituting these values in the equation, 2 cancels 2 here. So we have 2 raised to the power 2 plus 2 plus c minus 1 raised to the power 2 plus 1 plus c. So with this, we have 6 plus c minus 2 minus c, which will now be 6 plus c minus 2 minus c. And the answer gives us 4. Making the correct option in number 24 to be option A. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel for more questions. Number 25. Find the volume of a cone with base radius 7 meter and height 10 meter. Remember that the volume of a cone is being expressed as 1/3 of the volume of a cylinder, which is 1 over 3 pi r squared h. And that is 1 over 3 multiplying 22 over 7 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 10. 1 over 3, sorry, 7 cancels 7. And we have 1,540 over 3, which gives us 513.33 cubic meter. And correcting that to the nearest whole number, we have it as 513 cubic meter, which makes the correct option in number 25 to be B. Number 26, log 5.375 base 10 is given as 0.7304. Log 53.75 will give us 1.7304. So log 53.75 cube to base 10 will give us 3 multiplied by 1.7304, which is 12921.5. Now, 53.75 raised to the power 3 will now give us 10 raised to the power 5.1912, applying the theory of logarithm. And the correct option there is option B, 10 raised to the power 5.1912. The area in acres of a rectangular field. The area of a rectangle is simply length times breadth, which is 126 multiplying 97. Here, to multiply 196 by 27, we multiply 126 by 100, subtracting 126 times 3 from the result, which is 126 into 100 minus 126 multiplied by 3. And the result will give us 112. It will give us 1222 cubic meter. But recall that from the question, we were told that 1 acre is equivalent to 12,222. It's equivalent to 10,000 cubic meter. That shows that the area here in acre will give us 1.2222 cubic, 1.2222 acres. So, which makes the correct option from the question to be option B. Number 28, in one day, a total of 478,900 shares were traded on the floor of a stock exchange. If the value of each share was 23.50, 23 naira 50 kobo, find to two significant figures in naira the total value of the traded shares. Here, a share is equivalent to 23 naira 50 kobo. The worth of a share is 23 naira 50 kobo. So the worth of 478,900 shares will now give us 23.50 multiplied by 478,900. And in such a case, by the time we multiply out the correct, multiplying 23.5 by 478,900. So we have 11254,150.00 in naira. So, and that makes the correct option there to be option C. Number 29. From the diagram, we understand that the diagram here is an isosceles triangle where we have here 126 degrees, we have here A. We have to understand that A is one of the base angles, and the two base angles are always equal. So applying the theory of the exterior angle to interior angle in a triangle, that shows that the sum of the two base angles, which is A plus A, which is 2A, gives us 126 degrees. From here, we obtain the value of A to be 63 degrees. And that makes the correct option in the question to be option A. Number 30. How many pieces of each of string, each 8.5 centimeter long, can be cut from a string 42.5 centimeter long? The total length is 42.5 centimeter long, while the short length here of each cut, the length of each cut of the string is 8.5 centimeter. To obtain the number of pieces of string that could be obtained, we divide the entire length, which is 25.5, by the length of each piece of the cloth, which is 42.5 over 8.5, and that gives us 5 pieces, which is option D from the question.